Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hi, ladies. Hi, Mama. How you guys doing? Eshe Joe.
This is the first time I've started the
Like in the building.
Yo.
You just be coming in from London. You just be going, coming in,
As
sleeping
a
in.
Brexing somebody, I hope you are peeping my grandma's ashwebi.
For the Yoruba people, you succeeded in carrying this ashwebi culture
To London.
When I saw the ashwebi of the Queen at 90, I said,
But you saw Obama's own when they were voting for Obama. You remember they did Ankara for Obama.
but
We know
I
they
didn't
carry
remember
last.
that
Not the
one.
only
That is
worry
what I
people
see.
know they carry last. Yoruba people know even fit carry anything
When it
but
comes to
first.
Ashwebi
It's
matters.
really nice.
Okay, good to
Even
have you on the
Queen
show.
gan ó gba ìyá Ṣàlí gbà pé òun léèyàn.
Let me come to Jumoke. How you doing?
I'm very excited to see you, Lady, but my spirit is very down today. The killings in the US, watching the 2 videos. Maybe I shouldn't have seen those videos because I've never seen up close human beings being shot, struggling for life and dying. You know,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Black Lives Matter, and you know we can't say it. We can't overstate it. I'm just broken down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Well-
very much affected with what is happening.
Well, the truth is that it's happening all over the world. Even in Nigeria, we have it here. The killings all over. So it's crazy, especially because social media makes it real in your face. So
But it's
that's where
scary when you're a minority in a foreign country because for me, we live mostly amongst Caucasians. And I keep telling my son that you stand out. And please don't stand out for the wrong things. Don't have bad friends. You can't vouch for anybody but yourself. But at the end of the day, like I said to somebody, what we really should pray for is global divine protection. Because it's anywhere and at any time and it could be anyone. It's
True.
on holiday.
True.
You know, everybody is running over there, and you know, we keep thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. There's nowhere like home. Yes, you might.
Home to
Here
the
we are
people here.
all we are all the same. You know, it's not like because you're black, somebody will look at you and think that you're lesser than him as a person or lesser than her as a person. Everybody were all equal, and that you cannot take away from when you're here. So let's sit down and develop our
yeah,
own
I agree.
country.
Because even the 11 cultists killed in the papers. They killed 11 people. So we here it's
It's
Killings happen
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's
Things happen.
End of the world.
All right. So anybody has any interesting news to share with us?
Interesting news. You know, as you would see on the screen soon, my Twitter handle is @me247 Orokpo, and I call myself Lady Orokpo because, you know, I like to talk a lot. So I met Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey on the way in. And I went to meet him and I said, Daddy, you remember that your song board members, that little 30 seconds where you went like, may God bless you for it. Because the song was like 17 minutes long, but he only said that like for like maybe 30 seconds. And it's become my theme song. So anytime you guys hear it, just think of me.
Yes, so
I'm going to Nollywood.
I'm sure you talked that old man to like, man.
I took pictures, then I saw Daddy Shoki. As soon as I saw it, I said, somebody call my name.
Lady, is that an engagement ring you're wearing?
Yes, I use it to keep guys off
Okay.
because ain't nobody got time for that. You know, so when they see it, they're like, oh, she's taking.
All right, let's
The
take a
right one
commercial
can
break.
call me.
We'll be
Lady is in
right
the
back.
building.
Lady is really in the building today. Welcome back. Now we take front page review. We're going to start with the Punch this morning. 80 special prosecutors to try Saraki's forgery case and others. Sage's anti-corruption panel trains 20 teams led by SANs. Picture here, cultists kill 11 in Ogun communities to mark anniversary. That's the Aye versus Aye confraternity. EFCC set to seize Fayoshe's 1.35 billion naira properties. Excuse me. Adamawa government uncovers 12,000 federal local government ghost workers. Nadeco asks Buhari to immortalize MKO Abiola. Ajimobi places 5 million naira bounty on Oyo lawmakers' killers. Serap sues 11 governors over unpaid salaries. ACF backs Buhari, says Nigeria's unity not negotiable. Opposition protest accuses Fayose of looting Ekiti. Lots and lots of stories here. Who read the occultist story?
I heard about it. This happened in Ikorodu. Two cult groups, and someone was asking that, do we have cultists outside of school? Unfortunately, we hear that in Lagos State, each community, has a cult group or cult groups, and it's quiet. They just do their meetings amongst themselves. We don't really hear anything except there's an uproar. Now, these two cult groups, AA and IA, I think they were, one of them was having an anniversary and there was a clash, 7 to 7, or how they call themselves, and 11 people were killed.
Well,
Totally
the cultists
unfortunate.
in schools tend to have godfathers anyway, because the people that pass out of schools will still be members of this cult.
Yeah.
So it's like passing on the torch in a generational way. So there's someone asking.
So it's not restricted to only the school.
It
They can
can
be
never
outside.
be. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, Cha. I mean,
Wisdom lies on top. Celebration.
It's crazy. The Nation, very quickly. $15 billion deals. I'm ready for trial, says ex-NSA Dasuki. Quoting him saying, I don't believe in secret trial. There is no basis for it because the government has filed all necessary papers to court and attached the list of witnesses. Moving on to how Fayose's associates wired cash into accounts, and we see the protest here in Ado Ekiti. Bombings raise fear on Niger Delta. Shinkafi's funeral today. So NASA is saying that NSA.
NSA, Dasuki, the man is spitting. He's spitting a lot of things. He said that the former president gave him directive. He was just going by the instructions that he got from the former president, Jonathan, that he's tired of people soiling the name of his family, soiling his professional name, and that he does not believe in any secret trial. Whatever needs to be said has to be done publicly and openly. And I think, you see, we cannot divorce Jonathan from all the things that happened under his watch. So I think it's high time they call him, and let us put all these matters together. Because you cannot just be, most of these people would not have taken actions without their bosses,
Sure, his attention is needed because
Good news, though.
But that leads to our hot topic today.
Yeah,
Let's hear
good news though, we have special prosecutors being trained to deal with these corruption charges. I don't want them to go to the same court that we have bottlenecks.
But that was
So-
really interesting to read because it was almost as though we're suggesting that the prosecutors on all these cases have not really been doing their job properly. So now Sage has been asked to train 80 of these
It's not suggestive. We know,
We know
that,
that
if
they
they've been doing their job, we would have had convictions.
Yeah.
We don't have any convictions means something is going wrong. So
they've attached 4, and they've assigned one team, 4 to
You remember the
Saraki.
Speaker of the House back in the day when he was called to the dock and he was smiling with the men that walked in there and giving them high fives and everything. This is someone that is coming to face a case of corruption and all that. I can't even say we.
I only have one question.
It's been.
now the witnesses, why do they have problems facing Dasuki in court? If you're honest and you're sure that what you're bringing are facts, why do you have to have your faces covered?
But you won't be covered in the court, though, would you?
That's what they were asking for. Secret trial, meaning that he won't even see them. They will have
But you
masks.
know their voices now.
no, but then the point
Well,
is,
you know how
they
many
probably
people
fear
will
him.
case him.
Yes, they fear him and they might die the next day or something.
It's not even just the Dasuki, it's everybody that
You
benefited.
know that there is
have
no
to
protection law for witnesses, so.
in Nigeria.
He's not, maybe it might be there, but
Where do they want to hide you?
Moving on very quickly to Vanguard. Bombings. Ghana blames power cuts on Nigeria.
Oh, really?
As militants blow up 3 Chevron manifolds.
Yes.
Scarcity of forex will drive kerosene price higher, says marketers. Firms must show evidence of pension remittance, says Pencom. This Ghana issue is really serious because we might lose this as a buyer. They might lose them as a buyer because they're depending on our crude.
But what do they want us to
they
do?
can go to.
They'll find somebody to talk that we're losing money. They go to another country to buy.
We've lost everything. It's time to start from scratch. They've been enjoying this uninterrupted power that they are claiming from us. We that have it,
They
have
buy
not been
the
able
crude. It's
to
not
give
free
it.
of charge. They buy
We
the
didn't
crude from
say
us.
they don't buy it.
No, they were owing us.
They are owing us a lot of
We
money.
need to sort our house out for a bit. Let them
181
chill.
billion owed. Let them even pay us first. Let's know where we're headed to. I wanted to take the kerosene issue quickly.
Please.
Kerosene marketers are saying that kerosene price may increase now that we have partly deregulated the downstream sector. And the reasons are unavailability of foreign exchange, unpaid debts by the federal government, and the government's harsh policies. They said that the current forex policy is on bidding. The highest bidder gets the available forex because we don't have a lot. We're not making so much money. And then the bid gets as high as 400 naira, and they can't afford that. So kerosene, which is sold between 180 to 200 naira right now, may even become more expensive. It's sad because the average Nigerian home cooks with kerosene.
Exactly.
And apparently
I wanted to-
aviation fuel is very similar to kerosene as well. I don't know if they use it as well or how it works, but it's very similar to it. So I don't know.
These 7 people die in renewed Cross River intercommunal war. I read that story, and for me, you see, I keep going back to what the president said, that what's it called, Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. This is a community that since 2008, over a piece of land, they've been killing each other. They decided to sign a truce to say that, okay, no more killings. But recently, I think it was yesterday or this week, they killed people. They stopped people on the highway. They were asking, which community are you from? If you're from that community or you are a sympathizer with that community, they kill you.
Imagine that.
Over a piece of land.
In Nigeria.
So,
Yes,
I mean, in Cross River State. So I'm saying that this communal clash and all these killings, you can't just say, okay, stop killing and everybody will stop killing. There has to be a point where you sit down and negotiate.
Okay,
what is
let's
causing the
move on
killings.
to Daily Sun very quickly. Buhari investigates Chibok abduction. NSA heads probe committee. Face to face with poverty in Lagos, rich men's paradise. Again, Avengers blast Chevron manifold in Warri. That's an interesting article. I didn't read it. It's a special article on those living in Lekki areas, the Agungis and those poor areas amongst the rich.
Yeah.
It's a pretty interesting article.
I mean, we have 42 slums in Lagos.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Okay, our final paper is this day. For first time in 15 years, NNPC reports monthly profit of 274 million naira, which is probably more than what she has in his account. He said he had 300 million in his Zenith account. I read it in the papers today. PDP, McCarthy Sheriff Group commence peace talks. Presidency gives reasons for non-inclusion of private sector in economic team. Nigeria's unity is negotiable, says Ijaw Youth. So why you say it's not negotiable? Ijaw Youth said it's negotiable.
I want to take
NNPC,
the headline,
Headline.
because, okay, let me give the figures. NNPC made a profit of 273.74 million naira in May. Against the turnover of losses of 35 billion, NNPC in the last 4 years has always had losses. Their downstream sector doesn't make as much money. Now, I think that they've made this profit because of the hike in fuel price. Because I was saying that it would be profiteering for you to import petrol within the range of 99 to 100 naira per liter, and then you're selling it at 145 naira.
No, but
I knew they were going to make profits in May.
The profit, according to the papers, said that the monthly profit recorded was as a result of these oil swap deals. That, you know, the offshore oil swap, it's now more transparent, and also the direct sale and direct purchase as to how they used to sign oil swap deals in the past. So I think, yes, so they have really sealed up a lot of loopholes that were existing in the other transactions. That's why the money is coming
in now.
Yeah.
And they were making profit from selling petrol at 100 naira, 145 naira per liter, because that's not how much it was dumping it in Nigeria.
Okay, all right. I think that's all we can take on the front page review this morning. When we return, we're taking a case study from the Dasuki story. That what do you do when your boss asks you to do something unethical or wrong? All right, stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, according to the papers, the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, who is standing trial for the alleged misappropriation of $15 billion arms procurement fund, said that he was only obeying the directive of former President Goodluck Jonathan in the disbursement of funds from his office. So, using that, excuse me, as an example, we ask, would you carry out your boss's instructions even when you know it's unethical? You can give us your view on 070-80668014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. So let us leave Dasuki, please. Okay. We don't care about Dasuki here. We're just saying that in a situation where your boss actually asks you to do something you know is illegal, unethical, would you do it?
It's a moral it's the compass for whoever it is. It depends on what level of integrity the person has themselves. If they don't, they would carry it out, of course. If it's beneficial to them as well, they'll do it. I believe all bosses have a boss. There's a law in the country. Even if it's the chairman of a particular company where the buck stops at, if he asks you to do something that is illegal, immoral, and everything, you can walk away. You have a choice to walk away.
I know a lot of people
But
that
who wants to walk away from billions? Because I can't even tell you
what you
I
do.
will. And if they offered me such, I probably would think if I can get away with it, why not?
Okay, let me come to...
We can't divorce the situation from Dasuki as much as... Because you see, there's a ripple effect on every crime committed. You might think that, oh, I didn't buy, I'm just not buying, I'm buying, instead of buying 4 cars for the police, I'm buying 1 car. But that patrol that the 4 cars would have done could lead to somebody dying. Yeah. Do you understand? Because the person won't get help at the right time. And your child or you might be in the situation that your corrupt practice
Has affected you.
Let's be real. Okay.
Now, when such situation happen, like Laide has nailed it by saying it is your character as a person. A corrupt person, you don't know how corrupt a person would be until that person is faced with millions. You can say, I can chicken out of spending 100,000 or maybe it's a few thousand, but when you're faced with millions, talk of billions, it takes high integrity for you to step out. And gladly, I don't know what I'll do in the situation, but I can tell what somebody has done in the situation. We have Obieze Quinsili. At least in an entire country, I can pick one person. And if I can find one person, there are many more like her. She said boldly that she has not been corrupt in government. And she had the opportunity to take money, but she didn't. And she resigned honorably when she was put in a compromising position. So there are people that would stand up for what they believe in. And we must focus on those people as opposed to the people that be corrupt.
I believe very strongly that everybody has a price.
My husband believes that too,
I
but
believe
I
very
don't
strongly
think
that
so. I believe there's some people that might not
don't.
have a price.
I
Let me
don't.
come to Jumoke. I believe there are people that actually you can
Sorry,
buy.
before you go to Jumoke, let me give you a quick example. You heard about the security man that found $10,000 in UBA
Yeah.
and handed it over.
Yeah.
Yes.
People on Facebook
Prosecuting him.
and social, they were like, when God calls you and you put God on voice note, is your head correct? All you are getting is thank you and a handshake. Okay.
Let me come to Jumoke.
I don't have a price. Laide, I'm answering you. I don't have a price, and I have been in that compromising situation before. And what I did was call my boss and told him, I'm sorry, I cannot do this.
Really?
We were friends, so he knew where I was coming from, and he explained his own stance. It's not that I'm unethical, Jumoke, but that business in Nigeria today, all of us do some of these things where you inflate, even the Nigerian government allows it.
Yeah.
Where they'll say, because of inflation, we don't know when we are going to pay you. So when you are sending in your invoice,
There's a percentage.
put a percentage
30%.
on top of it to cover for inflation and cost of fund. So you find that most businesses have this sharp practice of overinflating invoices. Then the person in charge directly will come to you. Jumoke, this is your invoice of 500,000 though. Put 100,000 on top of it for me. And they even call it PR. Like you are managing your relationship with the person in the company that is giving you the money. And once I explained my stance to him, I said, look, and I was making a lot of money from doing this. that I go home with the money, but I don't feel good about it. It eventually led to my resignation. Because I couldn't, it wasn't about money for me. I believe that it is God that will feed me. So if you're giving me millions in hundreds, and I'm unable to sleep and have rest and peace of mind.
And hypertension kills you.
That's
Okay, I have a
monetary.
call from Ivory Coast. Let me take Mr. Folari, are you there?
Sure.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can very clearly.
Yeah. You people are talking about integrity,
Yes.
and hello.
Yes,
can
go
hear you.
ahead. We can hear you very clearly.
So sad. I think
Yeah,
that's
I think everybody needs to be sure because
Okay.
The sound is delayed, so he just
All right.
heard what you said.
hello.
Yes, he's there. He can hear us, but
But the
it's
sound is
delayed.
delayed.
All right, Mr. Folari.
Hello.
We're having trouble hearing you, so maybe we have to just move on.
Hello.
We can
Just
hear you. Go ahead, please. Okay, we lost that. Yes, Uwa. Let me come to Uwa, please.
What Jumoke was talking about, I think it has to do with more for business ethics. Now, I don't know if maybe we're deviating a bit from this. This is asking, because in your own scenario, nobody is dying. I don't think anybody is dying when they say mark up, whatever. Now, for instance, you're working in a
in an
hospital.
hospital.
And you're supposed to give a particular kind of, because I've heard of hospitals where they give substandard drugs, or they use the wrong things, and the boss will just tell them,
That's how we do
that's how
it."
we do it here.
Well, there are different grades of anti-malaria.
Hey, hang in.
And
give you
you
the cheaper
know
one.
that this thing that you would do as a nurse would kill someone. But you see people, because in the bid to protect their jobs, they continue to do it. They are making more money, and profiting the company at the detriment of somebody else's life. I think what we should focus on is that when you are asked to do something that has a direct, in this case, for instance, that we are holding up as a case study, there was a direct impact on solving problem that was going to save millions of people. Do you understand?
All right, I get that point. Let me take this call very quickly from Mrs. Phillip, but we'll take it on that angle. Mrs. Phillip, are you there?
Morning.
Good morning, madam. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I enjoy you guys. I really enjoy you. I'm always happy. I'm a retiree, and I'm always enjoying you. I agree quite all right with what Jumoke has said. Anyone that has integrity, no matter how your boss, no matter how the money is even, you have to have your conscience. Something that you will do and you will not be able to sleep. You will not be able to have the rest of mind. Irrespective of how you are played. What matters is our conscience. Anything we have to do is to know that we have a good conscience concerning it. Not that we are being unethical with our boss. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Phillip. Now, the
No,
point,
that's
I'll hang in
always
there. One point was said was that if you can see that it might pose a danger, but sometimes you might not be able to see that danger.
Exactly.
So is that where she's coming from? Where the Mrs. Phillip is coming from? Is about your conscience. Let me
At the end,
let me let Lady
what
come
we
in.
should say, like the Yoruba says, and it's also in English, what's not good is not good. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing you can say. But these instructions may not always be about money being made.
Yeah.
It might be about you passing on information that it's not in your place to do.
Okay.
And they're trying to get you to do it
Okay.
because nobody wants to play the bad guy.
Okay.
That's part of it.
All right, that makes sense.
And is it every single thing you would walk away from? Because at times you need to weigh what
Well,
the
we're
options are.
bringing in the money factor because the truth is that a lot of companies, I know someone in particular who told me this story that his chairman asked him then to do some illegal buy the books, the way where you have to
Doctor the books.
Doctor the books.
for tax purposes. So you could get millions, and he got a good cut. I think it was 15% cut, but that was then, and it helped him to build his house and everything. But you see, he regrets it because till tomorrow. Now you did that, but you see, you've deprived somebody else. You're not directly seeing any bad result of that, but someone was deprived of money.
Let me
to go
give
to
you a
school.
case scenario of my father. Sorry. When my father, because my father is into construction, And there was a time that he was asked to come and, I've said this story before, to fix a road. Do you understand? And the man, Hausa man, I'll take a wasa, because I just, pour sand, do whatever. No, because they were trying to, the bulk of the money, they were trying to share it and now give him something. He said, this money that you're giving me cannot execute this road. And my father walked away from a deal that was going to give him millions. This was back then in the 80s.
Yes.
And why? Because he could not stand that thought, seeing that somebody will ply on this road and die as a result of this road.
Let me take this call from London, from the UK. Elias, are you there? I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. I'm sorry, Elias. Yes.
We are streamlining it to somebody's loss of life. But you cannot know how it will affect the person's life. So let us have integrity, cut across whatever it is. So you might see the life lost now. We mustn't do it. If you cut corners over 1 billion, or over a naira, you cut over 1 billion. And if you cut over 1 billion, don't be angry because you cut over 1 billion that is not killing somebody, that somebody will cut over drugs that will kill you. Exactly. It is cutting. So somebody cuts drugs, you cut road.
We have to take a break. We'll still continue this conversation because I know there's a lot of comments on Twitter. We'll come back, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll round up this conversation. Then we'll bring in our special guest later in a bit. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, I know we all now sounding very morally upright, but the truth is, when your boss is like a Dasuki or a Dangote or the president of the nation, and he's giving you that assurance that, listen, do this, do that, it's possible. Let's not act as though, I don't have a price. Yes, we don't have prices here, but the thing is that you're in that situation where somebody, the most powerful man in the world, and Obama says, you know what, I need you to do A, B, C, D.
He said that
would you still stand in that kind of situation? Can we still say that?
Your friend that had the regret about the house, he didn't have regret when he bought cement, when he bought block, when he bought sand. It was when the house was complete, furniture was done. Now, he can't get regret. He knew what he was supposed to do.
When they were purchasing arms for Nigeria, we heard after one of those helicopters was downed by Boko Haram and the pilot killed, that they were buying surveillance jets that the police would use to go or pressmen would use to survey, rather than military helicopters. Why? Because they were cheaper. So they were saving money. Now somebody flying that jet was brought down and killed. That's a direct impact, except you don't have a conscience. If you did it for money and you saw that someone lost their life, directly or indirectly, you would feel, God gave us a spirit for a reason.
So at that moment, you should come out and say, sorry, I came out, I got the wrong...
But if it's at the detriment of you losing your job, I'm the man of the house. I'm feeding my children. My parents are there. Sick mother probably and all that. And if I don't do this, I would lose my job. That is why at that point, I would say the bulk of the blame should go to the person giving the orders. Now, in a military setting, the man on the street they say, go and shoot, he's not being blamed for who he killed. It is the person that gave the orders that gets that blame.
That's the
military order says, obey.
That's the military.
So now, if your boss is telling you do this, and you don't have a choice but to do it, you do it and speak up. Which is why when Dasuki has been shouting, when they've been saying they were holding him, I felt bad that he didn't speak up then that it was Jonathan's order. He's now saying it now. What he should have said immediately was that everything I did was based on following orders by President Goodluck Jonathan.
You mentioned threats to your job. Akoyinle's life was threatened. She stood her ground. She said, God owns my life.
True.
So if you make the money and then you lose your life, who's going to spend it?
Let me come to that.
Sorry, they say, my father says, a little thing is a little thing, but faithfulness in a little thing is a big thing. It's not always about money. You remember when banking started and they used to recruit young girls to go and give out packages, account opening packages? You knew what they were doing was a mild case of prostitution.
Yes.
But nobody wanted to let go of it because you were going to get promoted. This is part of what we're talking about. It's not always about money.
True.
I think what we should focus on is not what the individual did. It's about the system. Because you see, in this same system, the man that returned $10,000.
Gets
No,
persecuted.
he was now being insulted. So it tells you that, you see, if integrity would stand in this country, the system must project people that are upright. We keep seeing corrupt people over and over being celebrated, while someone that decides to say, I want to be upright, I want to be this. My father till today, I'm looking at him. I know his mates, how they started. But you see, the truth is that, you see, those type of things, it doesn't encourage you as a human being if you want to stand true to yourself.
A military,
to do right.
When we had the military head of state then, he also bribed my father in dollars.
Thank you.
And US, what they call it, USD green card for the entire family. And my father told us, like, I rejected it because of your future. So that your name will not be tainted. Like, he told us, like, they brought it for me, and I told them no.
When
But
my
so
father
those
rejected
today
certain
now, all the people who collected, they are in Banana Island. Oh.
Thank you.
We are in Bagada.
you have a good
So
name
I
and
know I
a
have a
peace
good
of
name. Yes.
mind.
So I have good name and a peace of mind. Yes. I'm
But
just
you
saying that.
see, some of
let me
those
tell
that
you the
is
truth.
that
Yes.
have the
there's
bad name, we
poverty.
don't know that they have the bad name. Some of the people that took it, we
Yes.
never heard the
We didn't-
story,
God
so we
bless
don't
you.
know.
So we still celebrate them today.
The same
Well,
way you were
us-
frowning for your dad, we used to frank face for him in the house, but it will be good for you to cook money. Because this one that you are talking integrity, back then I didn't understand it. Today, I stand so proudly about the fact that my father had integrity. I tell everybody. And even then, Murayo, there's some things that I do that are not morally right, but because nobody has seen me or caught me, I will claim I'm integrity.
Okay, we need to round up. Let's take some tweets on this.
As a
We have to
nation,
round
we
up.
need to celebrate those that stand for good.
Yes.
And I think that as much as we make noise about the bad names, we must make more noise about the good names so that we have good role models to look up to.
Our final call, then we'll take some tweets. Good morning. Olushiji, are you there?
Yeah.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Yes. I am first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. Yeah, actually, on what you're talking about, you know, this country is really messed up and just a shame. At times, I'm always ashamed to be a Nigerian. You know, it's a normal thing and an ethical thing in Nigeria that all this issue of boss, you do what you want. That is what is affecting this country to now. That is why we are not growing. Because these little things that we all do, that we don't take note of, if you look at millions of people doing it now, it's affecting this country and it's not growing. My father is saying that I'd rather do what is good than just do all these little minor things that will affect the lives of millions of people.
True.
Imagine just one person embezzling billions of naira and you have millions of people suffering for it.
True.
That's very unfair.
I think that we can round up on that because you're very correct. Thank you very much, Olushiji. We're running out of time. Yes. some
My
tweets.
real name Priceless says, if you fear God, you cannot compromise your integrity over a boss's order. Nothing justifies wrongdoing. Tommy says, you can muster up enough diplomacy and your boss is open to discussion. Highly beneficial to explain your concerns. Raymond King says, unethical activities was given birth to from the British since their inception in Nigeria. Omolaja says, opposing a boss directive in this climb takes a lot of guts, especially a presidential order. Opportunities are scarce and living is tough. And the last one, Uche says, they shouldn't just arrest, they should prosecute and make him face the full weight of the law if found culpable.
All right, that's all we can take on this segment. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we have a guest who is a young producer, film producer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
Hey, there's a mosque. Good to see you. Funny the man in this village. Oh, look at that. And he said,
Welcome back. We have Finn Gambo. He is a young movie producer and a director. He's self-taught filmmaker and has produced 2 short films on child trafficking and a revolutionary campaign video on the last 2015 elections. He had an award for Startup of the Year in 2016, and he was also awarded Cinematographer of the Year at the College Ball Awards. Welcome to the show, Finn. You're an aspiring movie director. That's great. So what got you into movie directing? How did you get that love and passion for it?
Basically, it's a journey of self-discovery. When I got to university, I was like, what can I do to have impact on my generation? I had a flair for photography, but I noticed that there was a bigger gap in the filmmaking industry. There's a lot of conventional things that are going on, like the same storyline and stereotype way of production, and I was passionate about changing that gap. So I want to be an inspiration to youth so that we don't just see problems and complain about it, but we go ahead to solve that problem. So that's my foray into filmmaking.
Wow. So what's your direction in the movie? What exactly would you like to produce? What kind of content do you want to see on television?
The content I produce is for the new generation kind of filmmaker, new generation kind of audience, because the audience today is more exposed. Despite the youth, they have seen a lot of things like Transformers, Ant-Man, and everything. And Nigeria is not catching up on that. So when they go to the movies, they naturally boycott African movies. I'm not trying to remove African culture from our movies, but I want to give them this high-end visual effects kind of movies, this new generation kind of movies that will appeal to them, but in an African context. So
Are you on Instagram?
Yes, I am.
What's your Twitter handle?
Instagram, Finn.Gambo.
I think you're the one that did the walking in the desert behind the green screen, and then you start putting shapes in it. Was that you?
No, we did a Lamborghini in Covenant. We did a CGI kind of. There was no a Lamborghini there. So what we did was we used 3D softwares to put it there. Yes, I'm also working on it.
Sorry, how old are you?
18.
Wow, and you're in the university?
Yes, Covenant.
What year are you?
I'm going to my 4th year, but I'm doing a 5-year course.
How old are you?
18.
Wow. When did you get into the
He's
university?
a genius. Double promotions and things.
Hold on. I want
you
to
find
one
out
at a time.
intelligent
We go.
I want to find out like how you juggle what you're doing in filmmaking and schoolwork.
Okay, that's quite challenging, but basically you just have to like have like a schedule to know what time is for school. Then most of the time you try to do most of your works before exam time comes, so that you can okay, this time is for exams and everything. But it's very challenging.
And what are you studying in school?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
Wow.
What does that have to do with filmmaking? How come you have a passion for filmmaking and you're doing civil engineering?
Yeah, like I said, I'll reiterate. I think I found out my passion when I got to university.
Already.
Well, so I'd already gone in for civil, but none of that is lost. So,
Okay, so you have 2 short films on child trafficking.
yes.
Why did you pick an interest in child trafficking?
Child trafficking has been a rampant issue, and I think what I want to do with film is to address societal challenges. So I think film is a very, very easy medium because it's visual and visceral, so people kind of connect to it easily. So I did that, and I worked with some people on campus, we tried to like push it out there. And when the election was coming to, we did something on the election that people have the power is to vote. So
Okay. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to watch a short clip of one of your films so our viewers see what you're working on. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Why should they go and kill children when they are sleeping in their dormitories? Why should they bomb churches and mosques and marketplaces and motor parks? They are not interested in peace.
You know, today actually makes it 9 years since the incident. And I was just thinking, I've come so close to actually finding out who did this.
We should have learned things that occurred at Brussels and what happened at Paris. If we had done that, we would not have had this experience at the airport.
Africa is one of the places where, because in some cases the lack of capacity on the part of the governments.
What else am I living for? I'm going to find whoever did this and make them pay, I swear it.
To win that longer war, you need to win the support of the populations in which these terrorist activities are taking place.
Wow, well done.
So Intercept is a counter-terrorism movie
cybercrime
that's going to come out very soon. Yes. I hear that you're mentored by Tadeo Gideon.
Yes.
And I see the equipment you use on this movie. Do you get equipment from him? Because I saw all the what they call the drones. Yeah.
Apparently that was the mentorship session. Well, I got most of the equipment. There's actually a production company that I rent from because some of these things have a budget for them, and also the quality we want to get. We want to like change the game in terms of the visual techniques we use. So we worked with drones.ng for the aerial cinematography as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay,
I have partnerships.
Are they doing on the line? Good morning, are they doing? Are you there?
Good morning, Molayo.
Morning, please go ahead.
Good morning, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Fee, I'm talking to Fee.
Fee. Morning.
I thought he said Jumi.
It sounded like Jumi to me too.
I know his dad very well.
Okay.
In fact, it's over 15 years I've seen him now. In fact, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I'm going to call your dad immediately now. Very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Adedoyin.
I have a question though, because you're 18. You have a budget. You plan how you're going to spend the money.
Yes.
You rent equipment. You pay staff. Do you edit yourself?
I did myself.
Okay. How do you fund this? How do you fund this?
Fund my projects. Apparently, because of we have to get like partnerships to make sure that these projects come, because they're like it's just short films, but they're a bit over budgeted than the normal short films you have in Nigeria. So I think Common University too has also been a very big supporter of my works because they have a vision as well. So most students that they see that are innovative on campus, they sponsor it. My family too is one of the big sponsors.
Oh, your dad also finances.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
Good morning.
Aloma, go ahead, please.
In fact, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show. In fact.
And my children are always happy seeing all of you. All of us are happy by watching you.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you, Osmoke. We love you all. Mariah, everybody. What about Lima?
She's fine.
Hey, yeah, my children miss all of you.
Thank
you,
you,
ma. Happy. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to ask the film that you put together, is it a proper set? Like you pay your actors, or all these things are done like in a volunteer?
Yeah, it's more of a volunteer work because of
because I want to act too, so you will not pay me.
no. By then
Yeah.
we'll have partners, but now it's we're all students just trying to make a change. So people buy into the vision when they see that it's different and innovative.
Yeah. So how do you hope to make money now from this product? Bearing in mind that we have
18.
pirates.
Let's
hold
not
on.
money yet.
Why not? Why would he not? He wants to do more projects. Please, you need wait.
Focus on the child trafficking part.
Please, uncle, you need money. Because more money, can I finish my point? More money will mean that more projects will come and you'll be able to reach more people. So how do you plan to sell this product? You understand? That pirates, you understand?
Okay.
All those things.
Fine, thank you. You answered that question. But you see, when you pursue that purpose of actually projecting child trafficking in movies, money will chase you.
Yes.
People who are interested in that kind of project will find things. If I want support, don't look for the money yet. You just focus on what you're trying to achieve, and trust me, they will look for you.
Can you finish? Provision will follow vision. So I want you to focus on that, because we tend to get distracted a lot. I like what you're doing. I wish you all the best. I'm moved to pray serious prayer for you right now.
And don't worry about your future wife.
Our daughter will be.
Our daughter is doing.
We're almost going to round off. I want to use your story to inspire the youth in Nigeria, because people who are even graduates who come and say, I don't have money, I don't have an employment. So tell us in a brief, in a few seconds.
Encourage your students.
You know, people who are young, who haven't found their passion, how you found yours, and how you can encourage people, Nigerian youth today.
Okay, I'll start with a quote from J.F. Kennedy when he said, think not what America can do for you, but what you can do for America. So people should transcend from just complaining about leadership and government. It's still going to be the same. We hope for it to change. But while it's at that, we should be able to see on how we can affect industries, create employment and everything. Because if everybody is trained like the way Harvard graduates are trained, that, okay, when you're going out of university, you're going to create your own industry. You see that because I think recently Bangkok released like 10,000 graduates. Inlock is going to release and everything, because it keeps on getting slimmer. So we have to face a stark reality.
It has to
so
be
people need to do that. And the second quote I'll go with is Let Memory of Steve Jobs. He said, your work is going to be a very long part of your life. So the only way you can do great work is to do what you love to do. Find out what you love to do. You may have been a mix-up, but just pursue your dreams.
You will make money. Me, I am praying for you. You need money.
Let me remind our young people out there that everything I just said came from an 18-year-old child that schooled in Nigeria. So the pasture is not greener out there, and he's still schooling here. So the point which I want to take from you is that don't be ready to come out to be an employer of labor, not to be an employee in some oil company. Let us find a problem and be the solution, which is what he's doing. So I think that, thank you very much, Winnie. And it was so important for us to bring here, because we wanted to tell young people out there that there's still, because Jumoke has been doing a lot of projects recently with young people, and it's key for us to remind them that there are lots of young people out there also that are doing great things. Yes, we want to say something?
Yeah, I'm also doing projects with
young
people.
You're working with Gua is working with a lot of young people too. So it's key that when we see young people doing great things like you, we should bring you out. And if you know of any other young people out there that are doing great things, please inform us. We'd like to bring them on the show, because we want to project them to the world. Let people know that we are doing great things here in Nigeria. That's all we can take on the show today.
For this week.
Have a lovely day. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.